This is the Throttle Out Show, presented by Vixen Industries, the only show where monster truck drivers and mechanics come together to present what's happening in the monster truck community. It's the ultimate combination of torque, horsepower, and trash talk. And now for your hosts. First, straight out of the heart of Detroit Rock City, it's Kid Rock's neighbor and former driver of the BKT ride truck. It's Austin Spence. And the duo deep in the heart of Texas, it's the show owner and daughter of a man who conquered the industry for over 20 years. It's Harley Johnson, along with everyone's favorite Bryce Kenny lookalike, Austin Tweedy. So go ahead, fuel up, strap in, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Throttle Out Show. Happy New Year, everybody. Off to a fresh start, a clean slate, and it's going to be a good one. Huge shout out to High Octane Coffee for getting us the hookup.
As you can tell by everything in the studio is high octane everything. And bad habit everything.
Amped up for another crazy episode. It's going to be a good one. It's a little bit chilly for some of our guests that are on the air with us tonight. I know y'all are probably freezing your tails off. You blue-collar workers out there working so damn hard. I know today I got my taste of the freezing weather, changing out some light fixtures early this morning. My hands were freezing. Wasn't ready for that. Kind of hit us out of the middle, out of the blue on, what was it, Saturday evening?
Yeah, Saturday night was pretty cold.
Yeah, for us anyways.
Yeah, for us.
In North Texas. But y'all, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm pumped to have our guests on tonight. Some people who are obviously near and dear to my heart. We're going to have a good show. But first, we need to bring our guy, Spence, okay? Austin Spence just had his first day at his new job working for let's just let him talk about it because I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear how his first day at his new job was. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Spence for the first time in 2022. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great holiday weekend, spending it with loved ones. But yeah, first day at the new job working on top fuel NHRA cars. It was great. Had a lot of fun. We actually had a power outage, believe it or not. The roads were so icy that somebody actually drove off the road, hit a power line, and took out power for a good 30 minutes at the shop. So it got cold kind of quick. So that's how I got one of these little face masks to kind of keep my nose from getting some frostbite. But how are you guys? How was your New Year's go for you guys?
Our New Year's was awesome. We just spent it here at the house, kicking it with Kinley. It was
had a
pretty
nice
special.
little party in the apartment.
Yeah, I drank a lot of sparkling grape juice. That's a Tweedy family secret. We always do that New Year's Eve. Really no alcohol involved. We just drink the sparkling Welch's grape juice. Both the red grape and the white grape. We like both of them. So, no, it was a great New Year's, man. But how was your first day, man, working for the NHRA team? I mean, was it what you expected? How different was it, I guess I should say, from Monster Jam?
So, I got to be honest, it was a lot different in a lot of different reasons because everybody has a specific job. Like working in the Feld shop down in Florida, like there's 60 different trucks that are getting worked on. Well, there's 3 different vehicles. I mean, each vehicle has a spare of some sorts going into its own designated hauler and a hauler that's specifically for parts and backup parts and any other type of, tools that you could think of to work on the cars. So guys are organizing trailers, guys are organizing parts and spare parts. And I'm putting together the racks with the pistons and the rods and everything like that. And it is just it's a very calm, everybody has a job to do atmosphere, and everybody gets along extremely well. There's no yelling. Everything is actually surprisingly quiet. The other really weird thing that kind of just caught me by surprise, and I'm not trying to dog on anybody, but when towards the end of the day today, I actually got to meet our driver, Doug Coletta.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, I was kind of taken by surprise because, and again, I'm not dogging anybody, but there are some drivers that I have met in the monster truck industry that are divas and very full of themselves. Doug Coletta, straight up somebody that you'd meet at your local Buffalo Wild Wings, like shook his hand, like asked me a bunch of questions about like what I did, what I came from, what I did in monster trucks. It was just a very down-to-earth, humble guy. And it just kind of took me by surprise, like, wow, like these guys actually work in a very like, team-like atmosphere. It's not like, sink or swim type of situation. So
sure.
that, in all honesty, is what really took me by surprise. So I'm really, really looking forward to what the future brings with me working for them.
So working for Team Coletta, y'all have a Mac Tool sponsorship. I'll ask you one more question before we move on to Cooper, who's hanging out in the back. But just one more question we got in the comments from Mr. Jeremy Parson. With having that Mac Tool sponsorship, Spence, how many 10mm sockets do you have in your pocket right now? Be honest.
None at the moment, but once I get a chance to meet our fellow Mac Tools guy, I'll probably take him for what he's known for. So I'll probably take every single 10 mil I can grab. But in our case, in Monster Trucks, what was it? The 13/16 or 7/8? What was it that we kept losing all the time? It was for those damn body bolts that would fall off all the damn time.
Oh yeah, 3/8 and 9/16. Yeah.
Yep.
Because y'all didn't use
now,
the
he's
correct
already bringing
body
his
bolt.
way onto the air with us, and here he is, rocking the Thunder
listen.
Chicken hat. What's up, Coop? Did you have a good New Year, buddy?
Oh, for sure. There was a lot of alcohol involved. More alcohol. Waited till midnight with all the alcohol. Kissed the alcohol. And ready for the new year with more alcohol.
Damn,
It just
being
sounds
kiss
like
your
an American
pugs.
New Year's
It
if I've ever
does.
heard it. So let's talk.
yeah.
Let's talk about some monster trucks, y'all. Last week
Oh yeah, let's.
we learned that Team USA-1 will be having some new drivers headed their way. Some drivers that we personally know here very well on the show. Now, I know that the COVID obviously brought, a lot of teams, a lot of monster truck teams, not just monster truck teams, but a lot of the entertainment industry to their knees once it rolled through and it reared its ugly head. A lot of drivers thought they'd never see a seat again. One of these drivers tonight is going to open up, I guess, a little bit about that in as much detail as he wants to. But he has a new lease on life. He's signed up with a new team. This new team, I guess we should let him talk about all the details before I go spilling everything. I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen, for I guess the third
time.
for the third time on our show. My father, Ronnie Tweedy, alongside my brother for the very first time on our show, Logan Tweedy. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how you doing, guys? It feels great to be back.
Well, y'all look great. And we were talking about before the show just how cold it is up in Minnesota and Michigan. How cold is it where y'all are at right now?
Right now, it's 22 here. Thursday is supposed to get down to like 5. So we finally are getting some cold weather because it's been in the 60s and 70s here all winter long. So this is the first time we're actually getting some cold weather.
So, Pops, I'm going to go ahead and hit you with a question right out of the gate. So, COVID, like I mentioned earlier, reared its ugly head, kind of took a seat away from everybody, but you were included in that up there at Team Bigfoot. We'd seen you fill the seat, a few different times, pop up at some independent monster truck shows last year. And I guess you're staying in touch with our good buddy James Trantina, Team USA-1. I guess that presented an opportunity for you and Logan. So why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about that?
Well, when the COVID hit, it just totally, like you said, screwed up the entertainment industry. When Bob said, hey, I want all you guys to go home, just chill out. Let's see what happens. And as soon as, they can get an idea what's going to happen, then we'll all come back. Well, as you all know, it got a little out of control. Naturally, it just pretty much shut down everything for over a year. And, naturally, some of the teams are still affected by that, still having a hard time trying to get it all back together. So in the meantime, I am not one that can just sit around and not do anything. I've got to stay busy doing something all the time. So, I was really having some serious withdrawals from driving. And then just out of the blue nowhere, Dylan Finley called me with King Crunch, and he was like, hey, man, he said, how'd you like to come drive my truck for a weekend? I was like, you got it, bud. So I went and drove for it. Man, it felt so good. And his truck is an amazing piece of work. It runs, it lands good, and I really, really want to thank him for giving me the opportunity that weekend to drive. And as the year went on, I started getting more phone calls from, different people wanting me to come announce the shows, come work at them, help them with them and all that. So I went and did that. And, I thought, hey, this announcing stuff, it's pretty cool. So maybe on my driving days, maybe I should just hang up the helmet and just start doing that. well, for some unknown reason, all of a sudden I started getting all kinds of offers from other teams. And I'm thinking, well, what's going on here? Well, then all of a sudden, I'm in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking Bigfoot's going to call me and come back. So I just kept waiting, and I was still, really confused on what's going on. And then all of a sudden, one day, I just pretty much took it as I'm not going to get called back there for whatever reason. So maybe I need to start looking at these other guys' offers and start thinking about it. And James had started on me like, gosh, I don't know, maybe back in the late summer, early fall, and kept wanting me to come up there and all that. And I was like, man, that's in Minnesota, and man, it's cold up there, and I just don't know. And so I started getting other phone calls, people from California, Texas, and it was just everywhere. And I talked to my wife, and I talked to the kids and everybody, and I've always been a patriotic guy, naturally with the Captain USA truck that we brought out back in the early 2000s. So, you know what? I was like, I don't know, James. He seems like a really stand-up, good guy. I'm really, wouldn't mind flying the American flag again, racing and all this. So I finally said, okay, I'll come up and I'll talk to you, because I had so many offers on the table, and I was just so confused. And I went up there, and I'm telling you right now, he is probably one of the most busiest people I have ever met in my life. This guy has got it going on. Nothing slows him down. It doesn't matter what's going on. That guy is always doing something. And he never missed a beat the whole time I was there. He was just like, bam, 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 taking care of this, taking care of that. And I was just like, this guy is truly an amazing businessman. I can tell that. So we sit there and we talked, and we spent the whole day with the man. Man, I tell you what, I just felt like I knew him my whole life, because he was just so explained everything, what his desire is to do for the sport, to help everything grow and make everything better. And I just felt like, what, I feel like I'm already part of the team, and we haven't even got to that part yet. And I'll tell you what, I am so thankful that we took the time to go spend the day with him. And I mean, he just, talked to Logan, talked to Cameron, and just treated them like part of the family. And I'll tell you what, James is definitely going to make a huge impact in the industry. And I'm telling you right now, USA-1 ran amazing back in the day, but wait till you see the brand new USA truck coming out this year. It is an amazing piece, and I am so excited to put the hammer down and just see what that bad boy's going to do.
Now, I think it's time that we hear. First of all, thank you for answering that, by the way. And it's great to see that you're going to be back behind the wheel again. I know you got a lot of fans out there thinking that you personally have some unfinished business, no pun intended, to get back behind the wheel. And obviously, you have a legendary name. Before we go to Logan real quick, I do want to say something, and I will ask James the same thing here in a little bit, but just to hear what he has to say. But my question to you was, if you go to YouTube right now, or if you go to Google, whatever, and you search up, USA-1 monster truck, there's not a lot of content that pops up, not a lot of videos. USA-1 needs to be a team, or should be a team anyways. They should have that limelight from the monster truck world. Bigfoot took that for a long time, obviously with the Gravedigger, Max T. Monster Jam kind of holds that title right now. But USA-1, I mean, it sincerely needs to be revamped, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I guess you're pretty excited that you get to be a part of that. And I know about 10, 11 years ago, you're kind of hoping you're going to get that same feeling. There was talks about you going to USA-1. Everett Jasmer's handing you the keys. That deal obviously didn't go through. But this sounds like it is a 100% done deal, Pops, that you're going to go drive for USA-1.
There's no doubt about it. Hot Rod and USA-1 is a team. Logan is part of this team. And we are going to take this thing to the top. I'm not going to back down from nobody. We're going to run that baby as hard. I've got a lot of things built up inside of me that I'm ready to unleash. I'm going to be driving a new truck with the latest and greatest stuff where I'm used to driving a 25, 26-year-old truck. This is going to be great. I'm telling you right now, I have been holding back a long time, and now it's wide open. The sky's the limit. I've got a man behind me that is just pretty much just going to feed everything that he can with the latest and greatest of all the monster truck parts that there is in the industry. And I'm telling you what, as far as I know, I am the only person that is ever going to be driving USA-1, Bigfoot, Barefoot, Carolina Crusher, Monster Patrol, Boogie Van, Captain USA, the Dale Earnhardt Jr. truck, the Kevin Harvick truck. It goes on and on. And I'll tell you what, and King Crunch. It's an honor that I have so many big names over the years that I've drove, and here I am driving the red, white, and blue truck, and I am so excited that I get goosebumps just thinking about it. And I'll tell you what, to have my family involved, it's just something I can't even describe how excited I am.
Now, while I want you to go ahead, Pops, hand that headset over to Logan. We'll ask him a couple of questions. But, I mean, this is awesome to have Pops drive. I should be the only person to ever drive both USA-1 and Bigfoot. I mean, that's a pretty good accomplishment to hang your hat on. But Logan should be putting the headset on right about now, and I guess we go ahead and flip it back over to him. Let's talk to this fella right here for the first time ever on our show, my little brother, Logan Tweedy. Man, you actually got to be, I guess, the first driver of the second generation of the Tweedy monster trucking family. And I guess that was really special for all of us to see that you actually got to fill that role and get to drive a little bit last year. So I want you to talk about that a little bit, because you got to watch Pops and a lot of other great drivers growing up, get behind the wheel. But none of us ever got that shot. You actually got that. Was it exactly like what you imagined in your head? Was it a completely different experience? Whenever you got back there, you got to give it a good 1-2, hit the skills competition, racing. What was that experience like climbing it for the first time? Because to my knowledge, you didn't even get any test time. You just got thrown right into the damn seat. And so I want to know a little bit, how that experience went for you.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty much just thrown right into the seat. Never got to test before or anything, so I mean, I was pretty much just thrown to the wolves. Derek gave me that chance, and I took it, and it was pretty cool. I mean, got to do a lot of neat stuff, learned a lot about the trucks, and got to do what I always wanted to do, drive a monster truck. It was pretty cool.
So moving down the road, you're driving for Team USA-1. Now, I mean, do you know exactly right out of the gate, are you going to be driving USA-1, or are you driving another identity up there for Team USA-1?
I'm not sure yet which truck I'll be driving. If things work out over the next week, there could be plenty of different names to choose from. So that's not been thought about right now. But we'll figure that out as time goes on, I guess.
Now, I know, Logan, I'm sure Spence and Coop are back there, got some questions, kind of open the floor to those fellas back there. Boys, what you got for them?
I don't know, man. Like, trying to see Logan get into a seat. I think he's going to have to try and pry the steering wheel out of old Mike Rowley's hands, because I know Mike Rowley up there representing the Team USA-1. And I think he's trying to drive a natural disaster. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's technically 3 identities, right, that they own: USA-1, natural disaster, and barely tame. I guess to put Logan in barely tame, I think that'd be a good fit for a truck.
Shoot.
But I'm not gonna lie, man. It was really. I gotta tell you this, Logan, because I know your brother's not gonna tell you face to face. So I'll be happy to tell you. He was not happy knowing that he wasn't the first one of the second generation to get behind the wheel of a truck, and listen to him. Just the amount of jealousy he had for you, being jealous of his little brother. Man, that should be. I should be driving the damn. I cannot believe it's Logan driving a truck before me. So he'll get there eventually, but just use this as time to really build up your skills behind the wheel of a truck. So when he does think that he has a chance to line up against a little brother, you just whoop his ass right there off the starting line. But but I guess going into this being a whole family thing, is one of your goals working with this team to eventually line up against your pops?
Oh yeah, that's been a dream of mine since I was a kid. I mean, who hasn't dreamed about doing that with their father, you know? Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to line up against my dad or my brothers and race, you know, and it looks like that's actually going to be coming to reality now, so it's pretty cool.
You think I got a chance?
What's that?
You think you have a chance? Like, you think you're going to give Hot Rod a run for his money?
I'm definitely going to have to earn it, that's for sure. I told him if we ever line up against each other to don't give me the win, you know, let me earn it. So I'm going to have to earn it.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, we line up against each other, Logan. I'm just gonna wax your ass first time out there. I'm not even gonna give you a chance. What are you talking
don't
about?
Don't worry, it's all talk.
Come on,
it's all talk.
What, are you gonna race the Toyota Camry?
Nah, man, the old 7.3. What are you talking about, baby? Now, Logan, if you wouldn't mind flipping that headset back over to Pops. And we'll ask him a couple more questions. Coop, I know you've been kind of quiet back there. Good buddy. What you working on, man?
What am I working on? Just looking at my mask. Whoa. Yeah, it was just sitting here on my desk. Kirsten threw it at me not too long ago. I don't have too many questions. I'm just actually excited to see that USA-1 because my very first show when I started with Feld, that's when that the older feller, I think the actual owner before
Everett Jasmer.
Yeah, that guy. He's really small. He was at the show, and it was pretty cool to see that. And what was really funny is that Josh got to work on it, and all the Superfan crew guys were so jealous, and it was actually really funny because I'm sitting there like, I don't even know what truck this is, but it's pretty cool looking with the American flag and all that. But no, I'm actually excited to see it actually perform again. It's going to be really sweet. I'm excited for that.
I just saw this comment in the comment section. John B. I think we got a new nickname for Hot Rod, Captain USA-1.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, you know what? I got to say something. You know, when I was driving for Bigfoot, I had, you know, a lot of fans and all. But I'm going to tell you right now, since everybody's found out about USA-1 and me teaming up and Logan, it has been nonstop. My phone has been blowing out of the water. It has just been nuts. I'm getting 20 to 30 friend requests a day per Facebook, per Instagram, and the messages, everybody thanking me. It's crazy. I am so blown away that USA-1 still holds such a huge deal with all the fans. And my thing is I'm going to put USA back on top, and I'm not holding back for anybody. I mean, nobody, even this guy.
Well, one thing I want to say, Pops, you already hinted at this a minute ago, is you're going to be one of the select few, actually the only driver ever to drive both USA-1 and Bigfoot. And I'm not going to lie, this is going to be really weird for some fans. Obviously, you know, growing up, being brought in the industry as, you know, Team Blue, the Built Ford Tough or whatever, you know, Bigfoot truck. Now you're going over to basically what is, you know, Team Chevy for USA-1. I mean, it'd be like seeing Tom Mintz, you know, hop in the Gravedigger. You know, I mean, it's going to be weird, you know, obviously in the independent world. It's going to be weird for a lot of people to see you adjust to USA-1. Are you sure you're up for that kind of challenge?
Oh, man, you ain't a kidding. You wouldn't believe what challenges I'm looking forward to, because it seems like I've just been holding back for so long because, you know, Bigfoot 14 is a great truck, okay? But it's 25, 26 years old. And I know if I went pushing that truck too hard, we're going to have some serious issues. And so, you know, I kind of had to hold back. So, you know, now that I want to have a good piece with new parts, I'm super pumped because, man, I want to jump that thing, and I want to go out there on the racetrack, and I want these guys to be thinking, man, USA-1's back, and he runs hard, and we're going to have to give it everything we got, because you know what? That's what the monster truck industry is all about, is entertaining, running fast. But I'm going to tell you what, racing is my forte, and James is too. That's what we're going to be concentrating on. You know, I can go freestyle the best with anybody, but you know what? This red, white, and blue truck, we're planning on putting the hammer down, racing hard, and bringing home some victories for all these fans that's been supporting USA-1 from back in the late 70s, early 90s, and or early 80s, I mean. So, I'm super pumped that we got a guy like James that is willing to do this and has the means and everything. We already got people calling, sponsors that's wanting to sponsor the truck. I've already had, I don't know, half a dozen promoters call them wanting to book the truck. But you know what? The new chassis was in the paint booth getting painted when we was just up there. So I did get a chance to see the body. And let me just tell you guys, it is going to blow the socks off everybody. It is one sweet looking body. And I'm super pumped. And let's get this going, because I'm telling you, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm ready to race right now.
Well, I want to go ahead and I'll ask you something to kind of reel in our boy Austin Spence, because Pops, I don't know if you've been paying attention to our shows or not, but Austin Spence just went and he's working for a drag racing team right now. And I know about 10, 11 years ago, and obviously long before that, but you actually took Bigfoot to the drag strip, did a little racing. I know you got the mingling with some other drag racers out there, but kind of talk about that a little bit. Try to warm up Spence for what he's about to get into. He doesn't really know it yet, but kind of get Spence, hyped up for what he's about to get mixed in with the NHRA boys.
I'm going to tell you, man, you are in for a wild ride. They are so professional. Monster trucks are okay, as far as professionalism goes. Some teams are way up there, some are not so. But I'm going to tell you what, all of the drag racing teams that you're going to be involved with are first class, top of the line. And I'm going to tell you what, when I was trying to break the land speed record in my truck, I'll never forget this one particular night. I was sitting in the pits. I was the next truck to come up, and they had the finals for the I think it was the funny car division. And I'll tell you what, the two cars lined up, and let me just tell you, they took off. One of the cars got about halfway down the track. I think he blew a tire or broke an axle, not sure. Made an immediate 90-degree turn and ran head-on into the wall, probably doing 200 miles an hour. The car exploded. I mean, literally just exploded. Parts went flying everywhere. I immediately got sick to my stomach because I thought I just saw a man lose his life. And I just kind of sit there, undid my belts, and it wasn't 10 seconds. He jumped out of the car, get out and waved to the fans, and he was perfectly fine. The safety in those cars are just absolutely amazing. I had never witnessed anything like that before in my life, and I thank God because, I didn't want to see nobody die, and I've never seen nobody take such a bad wreck like what that was. And you know what? Those trucks and cars can be replaced, but you can't replace the drivers in them. And I am so glad that you guys, like Austin, they don't just bring anybody in there to work on those cars. You guys got to know what you're doing, and you should feel very fortunate to be with such a big team like what you're with, because I'm telling you what, you're going to see some crazy speeds and times, and you're going to love it. I'm telling you, I've had a chance to run with John Force, first class guy. We did a deal with him in Atlanta, Georgia. His team is amazing. They used to stop by the Bigfoot shop and hang out. I mean, that's one thing about the NHRA family is they are all family, and they all, there's a lot of heated rivals, but you know what? They're still good friends, and they still all get along, and you're going to love it. You are absolutely going to love it.
Man, I appreciate it, because I'm not going to lie, taking this jump from monster trucks to Top Fuel, it's almost a little overwhelming, because being around 1,500 horsepower big blocks every weekend, that and something that jumps cars and entertains a couple thousand people. I mean, it's that's one thing, and then you go to literally these fire-breathing monsters, 10,000 horsepower, 300 miles an hour, and that story you said with the safety, because you see some of these wild moments that happen in NHRA, and it's almost terrifying, because I actually talked to some of the guys when I went there for an interview, and the best way to describe that power plant is like literally being strapped to a rocket ship, and you have a bomb behind you that's projecting you 1,000 foot down a drag strip. So I'm excited.
They literally sound like a bomb.
Yeah, it really does. It absolutely
They
does.
do.
And I'm just blown away that I've been welcomed in as well as I have, because most of the time when you talk to somebody that's from a different motorsport and you mention monster trucks, they kind of just look at you kind of weird, like, you just came from the swamp with a big lifted, pickup truck or whatever. But no, these guys were super awesome, super professional, like you were saying, and I'm really looking forward to learning a ton with Team Coletta in 2022.
Oh yeah, and it's not just NHRA. I mean, I went and taught Dale Earnhardt Jr. how to drive a truck. I taught Kevin Harvick how to drive a truck. We even met up with Mario Andretti, and they literally closed down the golf course, and they had me and Logan, and we sit there and had a meal just with Mario. And every one of those guys were just amazing, down-to-earth, good people, wasn't stuck up, wasn't cocky or anything. And that is refreshing to know. There is no reason why any driver in this world should be stuck up or be stuck on themselves or anything, because you know what? The fans is what supports these teams. So if you can't take the time to thank your fans, be nice to your fans, then you really don't need to be in the seat, because they're the ones that support you in that seat. And that's why I learned from these guys. Mario Andretti, holy smokes, that man's done it all. Dale Earnhardt Jr., look at him, he's world famous. Kevin Harvick, John Force, and every one of those guys are super down-to-earth, great guys, and that's why I try to be as nice and respectful to all my fans, to anybody, because you know what? Everybody puts their pants on the same way, one leg at a time, and nobody's got any reason to be stuck up or be cocky or anything to anybody, and that's the way I look at the way I treat my fans, and that's the way they look at it.
So, Pops, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and flipping that headset back over to Logan. I got another question for him. And as I'm asking him this question, Harley, would you mind flipping this back over to Spence? Because I want Logan to kind of look at Spence just for a minute. Not necessarily at Spence, but I want Logan to look at Spence's background. We're seeing two trucks that are now going to be very important to the Tweedy family. And Logan, I want to know, you go ahead and flip it back over to Logan now. Man, I just want to know, so obviously we grew up in the Bigfoot world, of the monster truck industry. Didn't do a lot of Monster Jam stuff growing up. I mean, hardly any Monster Jam stuff at all growing up. You know that. That was like a cuss word in our house just to even say Monster Jam. So, we go from Bigfoot, and you crewed there for, I guess, 2 or 3 years when Dad was driving there, and you never got that shot to drive there. None of us did. And I know that stings a little bit. I mean, it still does with me to ever not actually get that shot to go and drive for them. But now you have that opportunity to go with what was basically Bigfoot's biggest rival from back in the day. I mean, it's got to be a pretty good feeling to be able to finally get that shot and go drive for, one of the premier teams in our sport.
Oh, it is, I can't wait to have that opportunity. I've been waiting my whole life for this, I got to drive, for a few months there with Derek and Heavy Hitter. And, that was pretty cool. I learned a lot. And now I get to transfer all that over to this new team, USA-1. And, I just can't wait to see what happens and, what the future holds.
We are getting some, I mentioned earlier that seeing Dad drive USA-1 now, it'd be like Tom Mintz driving Gravedigger, which obviously Tom Mintz has drove Gravedigger before, but I'm just saying this is a weird thing for us to see. But, Logan, I'm going to ask you just straight up. I mean, was it weird, though, I guess, getting that phone call like, hey, we're going to go interview with James, and we're going to talk to James a little bit, but was it weird for that thought to immediately come into your mind that, you could possibly be, working for Team USA-1, or what did you think it was going to be, a nice, easy transition, or was it really just weird at first?
I mean, it was pretty weird. I mean, anytime you go work for a big name truck like USA-1, you're going to have a lot of eyes on you and a lot of pressure, just like with the whole Bigfoot name, but, I'm excited to partake in this adventure, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
So now I'm going to ask you this, and Spence, Coop, y'all can jump in at a moment, but now that you're with Team USA-1, I know you want to beat Bigfoot. I know you want to go out, whoever that driver may be, whoever you get to line up against, I know you want to take it to him. It's going to feel good whenever you do. So I kind of want to, what is your ultimate goal then? Would it be just lining up against Dad or, me or Cameron? Or I guess what is your main goal? Would it be to be, beat Bigfoot, to beat one of the Andersons? What do you want to get out of Monster Trucks as a career?
Honestly, dude, my whole life, my dream has been to line up against Dad or my brothers on the starting line. And, I just can't wait to do that. That's been my dream my whole life, and that's actually going to become a reality now. It's pretty cool to think about. And, maybe get to line up against Bigfoot one day too. That'd be pretty cool because, considering I used to work there, that'd be pretty cool as well, of course.
Now, I guess I do have one more question for you. And this wasn't anything that you and I talked about beforehand, so brace yourself. But, no, obviously the world knows you, or the Monster Truck community knows you and I. They don't know much about our youngest brother, Cameron. Is he a big piece of crap or what?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe to you he is, but I love Cameron. He's a good kid. And he can be a little shit sometimes, but what little brother isn't a piece of shit sometimes?
Yeah, he has like a donut hair thing going right now. Like he's got like this streak of hair right here, no mustache. It goes up around like this. So I give him a hard time about it. But I mean, you think there's going to be at any point that Cameron's going to jump on board and be a part of the team?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he wants to, and that's the plan. Hopefully one day once he finishes college and graduate school, he can come on board with us and get in a truck himself and partake in all of the awesomeness that's about to unfold.
Spence, Coop, y'all got anything?
Nah, man, just want to say, congratulations on the new gig, getting into USA-1. We're going to be following you and your old man every step of the way with what you guys are doing up there in Minnesota. And we can't wait to see what you guys are capable of doing with the old USA-1. Well, I guess we shouldn't say old USA-1 because this is going to be a whole new team, whole new experience for everybody. And I guess we speak for everybody. We're all looking forward to it.
Hell yeah, we are. Logan, ask Pops if he's got anything that he wants to say before we cut y'all off for the evening.
You got anything?
I mean, he asked the question.
Maybe he doesn't have anything to say.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know.
I was just going to say, Pops, before we cut y'all loose for the evening, you got anything that you want to say before we take you off air?
I just want to say I'm very humbled and amazed at how things have been laid out towards the end of 2021 and how things are kicking off for 2022. I want to thank all the fans for supporting and staying after me, not giving up on me after all these years. And I want to thank you and Harley and Spence for doing such a great job on this show, the Throttle Out Show, because you guys are doing an amazing job. And, who knows, maybe one day, maybe you and Harley will be right side by side with us, racing right there with us. You just never know. But it would be pretty awesome to have my kids travel around racing with us. And we just got to keep pushing forward and keeping the fans happy and, the sponsors, everybody. If you need to get a hold of us, you've got my, Facebook account, Instagram, whatever, PM me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We love everybody, and we thank you so much again for staying after us and, supporting us like you have all these years.
Well, fellas, thank you for coming on, and we'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace out, dudes. Now, we have got team owner from USA-1 joining us in just a second. And before we do, I want to ask our boy Coop in the back, are you still alive, dude? We've not heard anything from you in a while.
Coop, are you there?
It's a little delayed. Hang on. Yeah, no, it's a
Okay.
little delayed. It's very delayed. Jesus, Murphy, I was waving 5 seconds ago.
It always is on your end for some reason.
For some reason, it is on your end. I don't know why.
I don't know why it's so bad on my
It'll
end right
catch
now.
up in a second.
Yeah, and then it likes
Quick.
fast forward, speed up. It's awesome.
Boom, there it
He's
is.
got that
Yep, there
Tom.
it is.
He's got that Tom Mintz internet. Like, there's a little bit of a delay.
Got that Paxton internet.
Listen, this is the best in the world. All right. We wake up and piss excellence. Connect to the greatest Wi-Fi.
I'm just glad to know you're live. We got a lot of people in the comment section.
Yeah, a lot of people are worried about you.
On the floor.
Oh no, it's just y'all have basically any question like I've thought of. Y'all just already asked it, and I'm like, oh well, there goes that one. And it's like, oh, there goes that one. Like, I'll just let them take care of it. And I did see this. I think it's Mike Hedman. He asked about what Paxton guy left Feld to go to the NHRA, and that was Beaver, a.k.a. Brandon.
That's right.
Yep.
Lamb.
I wonder if he's still in NHRA.
No, he's done. He's actually working at the Glazick Farms. You know, the owners of Paxton, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all, we got somebody waiting in the back I've been dying to talk to. We had him on the show sometime last year, I guess, during the summer. Got to know him firsthand. Been keeping up with him a little bit, and I think it's time we let him come on the show, drop in a little news, a little update on the team, other than obviously, you know, the boys we just talked to. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time on the show, Mr. James Trantina.
Hey, there he is.
How we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Hey, man, we're doing all right, fella. We're glad to have you on for another go-around, and I hope you're staying warm up there, buddy.
We're trying to stay warm. A lot of big things going on, and business has been busy, so we're doing what we can.
Now, on our end, there is a little bit of a delay, but we do hear you loud and clear, so that's awesome. So I want to go ahead and ask you, James, regardless of this delay that we got, we have noticed, and Spence had brought this up beforehand as well, but, man, you have been busy with your businesses. Every time I hop on social media and I take a look at what you got going on, you're getting another tow truck, you're going off into some other business. Looks like business has been good to you, at least in 2021.
No, it's been really good. Not a lot of people our age, my age, are motivated to be into this towing world. It's 24/7. You can't just shut the doors and shut the phones off and go do your thing. It takes a lot of family time and it takes a lot of great people. And a lot of people don't know about us across the country. We're probably the second or third largest towing company in the country. We're pushing 190 tow trucks, and it's pretty incredible. It's awesome, but we kind of keep it on the DL and just run our gig and do our thing.
Well, man, it's great to have you back on the show now. So we got update, obviously that Pops is going to be driving for y'all, which is great. But when you were on the show last, we were talking about Miss Pleasant Cook, Miss 4x4 Barbie driving for Team USA-1. Is that still a possibility that she will be behind the wheel of USA-1 at some point?
Yeah, for sure. I talked to Hot Rod here a while ago, and he just wasn't ready to really move up to Minnesota and obviously starting this team, and I need a lot of help. And like Hot Rod said, I'm busy. I'm busy the way it is. My heart's in motorsports. We have a dirt track team that travels across the country and runs open wheel modifieds at the USMTS Traveling Series, and I race myself, and we have a racetrack, and we have the towing company. We had a roll-off company, just sold it the other day, and I have commercial properties. We just a ton of stuff going on, and I just needed guys and drivers and crew chiefs and that would live here and help me run this deal. And we got a couple guys that we brought on, and Mike Rowley was with Monster Jam, and he came on, and we have another guy that Josh Baumgardner owns Mechanical Mischief. We just brought him on full time. He's going to help in the shop, help us with these trucks, and then now bringing Hot Rod and Logan on, I think it's going to be incredible. And Barbie still is going to run a truck. I mean, we have some ideas that I don't want to put out there yet, but she still is part of the team. Again, like I said before when I was on this deal, is we have a lot in the works, and it's coming together. I had COVID for 3 months, which set me back for 3 months, or put me behind about 3 months. I was on oxygen for 9 weeks, and 36 years old, I didn't know what was going to happen, but we're back at it. We're full bore, and we're going to work on monster trucks and push monster trucks, not like somebody else that works on cars that go in a straight line now instead of monster trucks are cool.
There it is,
It's all right,
baby.
we get it.
Okay, yeah,
We get it. It's all right.
It's all right. But hey, honestly, kind of talking about when you had COVID, James, I gotta say, I speak for all. We were a little worried about you but even though seeing you hop into tow trucks with your oxygen tank, man, just seeing how determined you were to get back into the workforce, even though your health may not have been the greatest. I mean, honestly, dude, you're inspirational. Honestly, I mean, rip on drag racing all you want. We're still faster than trucks that go 75 miles an hour, but I don't think anything goes as fast as you, man. I mean, your business and everything you're doing, man. I mean, including with COVID and everything, nothing was slowing you down. So, super happy that everything turned out the way it did for you. That you're okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know. I've been wired that way and raised that way, and I don't give up. We've had a lot of challenging things in life and the towing companies and just everything. And I wasn't gonna let COVID stop me, and that's the only thing I knew was work and my family. And I got 4 kids at home and my wife, and I got a lot of things left to accomplish before I'm done with life. So Monster Truck's one of them, and Logan kind of pointed it, but we had a lot of things going on, and a lot of big things. I think in the next couple weeks or a month, I would say 2 to 3 weeks, if everything goes as planned, which if it's my way, we're going to blow this monster truck world into pieces. I mean, we have a lot of big things in the works. I think a lot of people will be surprised.
And I know, James, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to. That's really about all you want to go into that conversation. But and that's all we'll talk about. But I will say, what you're talking about will be huge. I'd be super excited when we can talk about that, when that's out in the clear. I've been dying to talk about this since I first heard about it, James. So I'll be excited. Now, looking down the road into 2022, I know you want to get this team built, right? You got trucks that need to be put together, bodies painted, a lot of stuff prepped, new trailers, new haulers. You got a long ways to go. So with that being said, do y'all have like a first show in mind, or not really? You're still just trying to get the ground, breaking ground, basically.
Pretty much breaking ground. I'm not doing this for a living like a lot of people, so we're taking it one day at a time. This is a hobby of mine, and I wanted to get good people in the seats first, and I reached out to Logan when he was having some tough times, and we talked, and he seems like a good young man, and I'm glad they came up here and spent the day with me, a day and a half. And right now, we have the new USA-1 body sitting there. The chassis is getting painted as we speak. I was at the monster truck shop today, and we were just going through a bunch of stuff in our plans, and we're just getting everything together. Our new master disaster body's coming. That should be here in the next week or two. Barely Tame is sitting there ready to rock, and we have 2 more trucks coming here hopefully in the next couple weeks as well, and we're going to get them all home, get everything ready, and then we're going to go and book shows. I want the shop 110%. I want my drivers 110%, and I just want everything 110%, so when we go, we're going. And right now, with first quarter, there's not a lot of outdoor shows. It's a little bit slower. Get these guys and gals in the groove, and then we're going to go full bore. So you're not going to see a whole lot in the next couple months. You'll see some stuff and some sneak peeks and some stuff that may happen or may not happen. We're working on a bunch of merch and different things, and when we come out of the gate, I think we're going to come out of the gate with big things happening. So it's not going to be, oh, hey, there's a show, hey, there's a guy. No, it's going to be, holy crap, what did these guys just do?
I know all of us here at the show are pumped, James, to hear that y'all actually made the connection, with my people up there in Southern Illinois. And I guess you made good friends with my other brother, Cameron, who turns out to be a huge Minnesota Vikings fan. So I know y'all had a connection there.
Yeah, he got a little bit spoiled. I've been a Vikings fan. I'm not truly diehard, but I have a lot of connections being in the business world. And in my old office, we had a bunch of Viking stuff and autograph things and helmets and signs and pictures and whatever. And yeah, he might have went home with a couple things that he about died for, but I thought it was pretty cool that they were just in my storage unit. I didn't have a use for them anymore, and it's just awesome to be able to give them to somebody that appreciates them.
Now, talking rivalries in Monster Truck, back in the day, Bigfoot was obviously USA-1's biggest rivalry. I guess we could all agree on that.
Oh yeah.
Moving forward, James, and getting this team assembled, right? Getting multiple 2-truck trailer teams going. I guess do you really have a team out there that you're gunning for, somebody that you want to see line up against and take down?
Not really, no. When I ran Rat Nasty, that's when I rolled it over in lacrosse. Young lined up against Bigfoot for the final race for the win, and I rolled that truck and ended up on my lid, and I beat Bigfoot for the win. And that back then it was more like that. Right now, when we were discussing this stuff with Logan and Hot Rod, we're gonna go out and have fun. That's my whole goal. Bring this back into fun. I have some thoughts with the monster truck industry right now, and I told everybody that we've hired lately and what we're doing, and I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this to bring it back, make sure these kids are involved. The drama is ridiculous sometimes. I want it the way it used to be. A win's a win. Not, hey, we want this guy to win tonight because we want to sell their merch. I'm sorry, but we're in it to have fun. Win, lose, draw, doesn't matter. So is there a team? No, not really. Let's go out there and have fun. Now, if we're on some big stage and it's USA-1 and Bigfoot, if I'm not there, if I don't fly in, I'm going to be calling Hot Rod and say, hey, here's your time. I don't care if that truck comes back in 1 piece or 100 pieces. Yeah, that may happen. But on a week-to-week basis, let's go out there and have fun.
Now, Spence, I know you're back there probably chomping at the bit, ready to get back in this conversation.
Well, I'm just reading through the comments because there are a lot of people who are chomping the bit. It's like, when is there going to be USA-1 merch? Like, everyone's asking for USA-1 T-shirts or something, which I've always been a Ford guy, and even I'm dying at the bits here for something with a modern USA-1. So, do you guys have anything in the works for that, for the new team, or are you guys strictly just focusing on just getting the trucks ready?
We do. There's been some things in the works. Honestly, I'm trying to get the new body together, or on the truck, get this new truck finished, and I think you'll see a lot of merch come pumping out. I have some ideas with the old school truck and the new truck and the 88 truck and new t-shirt designs and everything. So they won't be finished until this new body gets done, this new truck gets done, to be honest. There's some people that want this truck already on toy deals. The body's going to be pretty cool, and I think that's what a lot of people are waiting for, and that's what I'm waiting for. Like I said, once the truck's done and we can get some pictures of it, once we can get some t-shirts made, like I said, I don't know that it's going to be a trickle effect. It's probably going to be like, all right, here's their first show, here's their shirts, you can get everything you want, all within a weekend. It's not going to be, hey, here's your shirts now. 2 months from now, you'll see the truck out at a show somewhere. I'm pretty sure the way that I see it going right now, there's a lot of stuff behind stage, backstage going on, and when we go, we're going to go.
Coop, you live back there?
Coop?
Yeah, I'm alive. Just enjoying it.
Could have swore I heard you snoring.
Nah. My dog's not in here.
Well, chime in on the conversation, man. This is a talk show. Good Lord.
I understand, but everything I think of, you already ask it.
Because we're not talking about drag cars, Coop.
No, it's fine. I don't need to talk about a vehicle that'll go that fast but then gets hauled back by a minivan.
Golf cart.
I've seen minivans.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes. But we broke Coop. First show of the new year, we broke Coop. Great. Anyway, no. In all honesty, man, just really looking forward to what you got in store for the truck and everything. Honestly, if you ever have, do you by chance have stuff for your tow truck company? Like, do you guys do any kind of calendars or whatnot? Because I would love to see if that's even possible, if you have a property this big, seeing the entire fleet of tow trucks for your company.
we can never get them all together. I mean, even like all day today, we had over 100 tows going on at one time at all times, 12 hours a day. So to try and get any of our trucks together is absolutely ridiculous. We have the smallest truck Miller Industries makes, and we have the largest truck in the world. It's everything in between. We do have merch. I mean, we have calendars. This is one of the shirts. I don't know if I can really do this right, but there's all the companies. If you can see it.
Your computer chair is a Peterbilt chair? That's awesome.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
That is sick.
Oh, some guy, I'm not lying. Swear to God. Some guy rang the doorbell today, and I was at home, and I'm like, what the hell's here? Who's here? And I opened the door. He's like, hey, I got this chair like 8 years ago. Never sat in it. I know you're a big truck guy. Can I give this to you? I'm like, can you, please? Like, I'm not going to turn it down. So it's pretty sweet. It's a Bostrom low glide ride seat for a truck that's mounted on a frickin' chair. It's an office chair, so it's pretty cool.
So you just got that. Holy damn. That's awesome.
That's a hell of a Christmas present right there.
Right? Yeah, so no, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm glad them guys came up here, and I've been a big monster truck guy since I was a kid, and it's a blessing to be able to get into monster trucks again, as I was in it in 2016, 17, and got to drive Mike Vodder's Iron Warrior this summer, and now to be able to have USA-1 sitting in the garage. And a lot of people don't know. I mean, you guys do and whatever, but Barely Tame and Master Disaster were originally right up the road from where I live, 15 miles up the road. And Doug Spanier, his boy, works for me, Scott. So I thought that's pretty cool that we have them two trucks in the barn as well now with USA-1, have 3 Minnesota trucks. So I think it'll be fun.
Well, man, I'm glad to see that the team is on the move. Y'all are making some moves out there, man, and it's going to be good seeing USA-1 line up against out there, get some big-name trucks. But like and a question I asked my pops earlier is, you see, like if you were going to YouTube right now, you type in USA-1, you don't get a lot of stuff that pops up. So, I mean, what are y'all really going to do? I mean, are you planning on just trying to race the trucks every weekend? You got like stunts and some other things maybe rolled up your sleeves. But, I mean, what are you really going to do, James, to kind of bring this team back into the spotlight that it so rightfully deserves, that all these diehard monster truck fans who are watching right now want to know? I mean, what can they expect from Team USA-1 moving forward? Obviously, once y'all have broke ground and things are headed in the direction that you want it to, what can fans really expect from y'all?
I guess anything monster truck related. We're gonna bring the 1988. It'll be out for display. Our showroom floor we're working on remodeling. That'll have the 1970 in it. The race truck will be where it needs to be. I don't know if we're gonna do a ton of fairs. We're just gonna we're gonna see what promoters want us, honestly, and if we can hook on with somebody that's good for the sport and actually wants the USA-1 name and present it well and us be professional with it. I would say to expect to see it, around the country. I don't think there's anywhere that we won't go. And I don't know. I guess we're in it for the fans. So wherever we can get to with a good promoter and have fun with it, that's where you'll see us.
I guess I wouldn't say that I'm surprised at the amount of fans, waiting to get their hands on USA-1 merch. I guess I'm more, overwhelmed at the response that we've been seeing since the announcements have been made. Even last year, the USA-1 is on its way back, James. You got a lot of diehard monster truck fans out there ready to see this truck get back out and be top of the leaderboards again, whether that's in the independent world or if y'all ever make an appearance in Monster Jam. But, James, thank you so much for coming on tonight. And I know we'll be seeing you down the road, my friend, here on the show. I guess when you're ready to make some more announcements, like some things you kind of scratched the surface with a little bit tonight, my friend. And I know, like you said, we're going to be breaking the internet before too much longer.
Well, I appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing for the industry and this sport. That's why I message you. It's awesome. I'm super excited to get these guys. And, Logan touched on it a little bit. We'll see where he's going to be. Right now, if I made a decision, he'd be in Barely Tame. That's a brand new chassis. And put him in Barely Tame, the old man, in the one USA-1 truck and make them a team. I think that'd be pretty awesome and badass. And moving forward, but many things could change here in the next couple weeks to a month, and we all might be in a whirlwind. So I just want to say thank you guys, and we'll be in touch and see you guys soon.
All right, boss. Well, hey, we're off to the very first show of the year, our kickoff show. We want to wish you a happy new year, James. Thank you for tuning in, and we will be seeing you down the road, my friend.
You too, guys. Thank you.
Now, Spence, Coop, this is our very first show of the year. This is our very first ever Monday night episode. I know a lot of y'all would rather be out there watching wrestling, but you're here hanging out with us, and we so greatly appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. But y'all, Spence, Coop, we're going to have a pretty jam-packed episode on Thursday as well, won't we, fellas and lady?
Oh, man, dude. First show of the new year, I'm already got goosebumps because I was a little worried, not going to lie, moving our schedule to Mondays and Thursdays. We've been hitting at almost 60 people in this stream tonight. You guys are freaking awesome. I want to say thank you to everybody that has been with us on this journey for as long as we have with Throttle Out. Come February, Throttle Out will be a year old. Woo! And to see how many leaps and bounds this show has made in such a short amount of time is absolutely insane. From being just an idea to having a truck representing our brand, beating Gravedigger in a stadium, and talking to some of the biggest names in monster trucks, now going to NHRA. Throttle Out show is getting bigger and badder than ever. 2022, you ain't ready.
Oh,
no, hardly. He's talking about how far we've come in basically less than a year's time. February will officially be a year, but you were running some rough numbers earlier, and this isn't necessarily tooting our own horn, but this is saying a big thank you to the people who hang out with us each and every week. I mean, we were at how many followers would you say on each platform that we're on right now?
We're almost 600 subscribers on YouTube, which I think is really well in not even a year old when we almost have 600 subscribers, and then we have over 1,300 followers on Instagram, which isn't too bad. So
no, not at all.
I think we're doing pretty good within our first year of doing whatever this is that we do.
Doing whatever this is, right? Just kind of winging it as we go along. But, I mean, I just think that just shows that, moving into this year with getting into monster trucks for the first quarter of monster trucks, when Spence gets started in a drag race and we dabble in that. And then, like James was hitting at, there's going to be a big announcement made maybe here in the next month or so. We're not really sure. It's just going to blow the roof off of everything. But it's a huge shout-out to all y'all who hang out with us each and every week and support this show. Thursday, we're going to be doing our draft, our fantasy draft for the first time ever. We're doing something that hasn't been done. We kind of tinkered with the idea of this, and then Taylor Endy's kind of gave us the push to head in this direction. So we're not going to get into too much detail how that's going to work Thursday night, but let's just say Thursday night for our first ever Thursday night show. Do not miss this. And I believe, Spence, correct me if I'm wrong, Shows with Spence will be back Thursday, won't it?
Yes, Shows with Spence will be coming back on Thursdays, not Mondays. Shows with Spence will be on Thursdays. So it's not done. It's not going anywhere, but we are bringing it back. And also, I kind of want to bring this to some kind of attention, but the very first Monster Truck show of the new year was actually held in Australia. I don't know if you guys knew about that or not. Don't ask me to pronounce whatever the country or wherever it was. I have no idea. But hey, congrats to them Aussies being the first one to knock out a show in the new year. But first quarter starting this weekend. So I'm jazzed. I'm excited to see what the new year brings. And to be honest, I don't think the company drivers have a snowball's chance in hell on whooping on these company drivers this year. Team Throttle Monster, Team Scream, Team Gardner. Those company boys ain't even ready, guys. I'm calling it right now. Not even Tom. Tom just needs to get the walker and just retire already.
Oh! Oh!
What? Listen, if there's one thing I know, Tom's the best there ever was, best there ever been. And he will come out on top this year, winning a series champion and the World Finals. Everything he's in, he's winning it all. This is his year. He needs it. He's going to get it. It's going to happen.
I mean, I feel that exact same way about Todd the Duke and Blue Thunder. So I guess we'll see.
I don't know about that one.
I guess we'll see who our picks are on Thursday.
You will see. We will reveal. We all have team names. We have team logos.
Yep.
Thursday's going to be a lot of fun, y'all. And if you haven't done this yet, I guess I need to point over this way.
Yep, other way. There you go.
Get you Monster Truck Throwdown calendar, 2022 calendar. I'm so excited. I got to finally hang that bad boy up to date for the first month, obviously, January. Stoked to have our Monster Truck Throwdown calendar up. Y'all be seeing that, obviously, this year. High Octane Coffee, thank you so much for handing us out some goodies here a few weeks ago. We'll be talking with Joseph Vesta. I'm pretty certain here before too much longer. I'll be hanging out with him, I think, in February, second, third weekend of February. We'll be hanging out with him at a few shows, local shows here in Texas. I'll actually be skipping out on the Monster Jam show here in Arlington.
Yeah, we're going to miss Arlington this year.
To go hang out with Joe. The shows that he's going to be taking place, I think, in Odessa and Waco. But y'all, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're going to be having a great show on Thursday. Do not miss it. Please go and like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Share this video even. That would really help us out a lot. And if you got the time, it's in your budget, head over to throttleoutshow.com, grab you some merch. But remember, when in doubt, throttle out, and peace out, y'all. I hope the outro video works. If it doesn't, we're just ending this baby.